Hi, this is Tony Sagami. I want to talk to you a little bit about Singapore today. You know, Singapore is an amazing country. It's only 26 square miles large, but it's such a prosperous country. It has the highest per capita GDP of any country in the world. So that gives you an idea of what kind of economic growth machine it is. But it also, because it's so small, it is an export-heavy dependent country. And so it got taken down along with the U.S. and Europe during our slowdown. But boy, that slowdown seems to be far from over. I say that because the Singapore Trade and Industry Ministry just increased its 2010 GDP forecast. They originally thought it was going to be between 4.5 to 6.5% growth for the year, which is quite good. But now they increased that to 7 to 9% forecast for the year. So that's a significant jump. And they said the Singapore economy has rebounded from the downturn, and it's expected to continue on its firm recovery path given the more favorable global economic outlook. Let me tell you how good things are there. Their GDP in the first quarter of 2010 grew by 32% over the previous quarter, and that's the fastest pace since 1975. So business and the economy is just booming in Singapore. Let me tell you who the big winners are. The manufacturing sector, up by 139%. Can you imagine that? Triple-digit growth in manufacturing. Also, the electronics and pharmaceuticals were real big. A lot of people don't know that Singapore is a big pharmaceutical and electronic manufacturer, but they're very, very large there. And lastly, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, their central bank, they upped its trading band range for the Singapore currency. They went from going from zero appreciation to slow to modest. So they're ready to let their currency float a little bit and go stronger. Of course, that means the U.S. dollar can continue to go weaker, which is bad for the U.S. But if you want to jump on the Singapore profit boom, how could you do that? The easy way is to just buy the Singapore ETF, and that ticker is EWS. EWS, that's a Singapore ETF. There's only one Singapore stock that's listed on the U.S. stock, on the New York Stock Exchange, and that's Chartered Semiconductor, one of the largest semiconductor chip firms in the world, and that ticker is CHRT, Chartered Semiconductor. But perhaps the one stock that interests me the most, it's not listed on any of the big boards of the NASDAQ, but it's listed on the U.S. over-the-counter market, also known as the pink sheets. That's Neptune Orient Line. It's one of the largest shipping companies in the world, and if Singapore is going to ship out all those goods, the odds are that Singapore, the new Orient Lines, is going to make a fortune doing so. It's traded on the pink sheets. The ticker is NPTOY.PK. NPTOY.PK. And perhaps the last thing I'd mention is the Las Vegas Sands is just around the corner of opening their new Marina Bay Sands Casino in Singapore. That could be a giant winner. If the Singapore economy is booming as much as it is, as it appears to be, I suspect a lot of the Singaporean millionaires will be doing a lot of gambling and entertaining at the casino. So those are four ideas for you to look at if you want to participate in Singapore. And it's not the last we'll hear from it. It's a booming country, and I'm going to be there in June. Until next week, this is Tony Sagami signing off.